You have 1 minute left in your setup period. You may now begin your presentation.
Aloha! Rise Up is a student-founded and student-led Enactus organization that empowers farmers through education, innovation, and self-reliance in an economically, socially, and environmentally sustainable way.
It started in 2016 when Elvin Laseda arrived at our school with only $1.68 in his pocket. However, he brought with him a vision to change lives and empower those who feed us, the people we know as farmers.
This vision started with his grandfather Arturo, a devoted farmer who spent more than 10 hours a day farming, but still could not make a sustainable living.
In 2017, we launched our project by traveling to the Philippines and conducting multiple needs assessments, interviewing 127 individual farmers. We created a profile for each of them to understand their unique challenges.
Through our needs assessment, we determined the three main issues contributing to the low standards of living of our Filipino farmers. First, the fact that they only receive 4% of the total retail price because of the middleman system. With no direct access to the market, they are forced to sell their products to the same middleman.
On average, they are left with an income of only $71 a month, and they pay a crippling 15 to 20% monthly interest rate on debt to buy seeds, tools, and fertilizer. Many also pay rent for their farmland.
Our assessment showed the second problem was that farmers wanted to adapt modern farming systems and improve their financial status, but lacked the technology and knowledge to do it. Most have only received some elementary education and have never learned to use a computer.
Third problem is the aging of farmer. The average age of a Filipino farmer is 57. Our survey showed that young people 14 to 30 years old did not see farming as a vibrant profession. The Philippines is heading towards an agricultural labor crisis, seeing a dramatic shortage of farmers in the next decade. We felt the need for a change to a system where everyone could win, including the middlemen, and young people get engaged again.
Last year, we established 2 farm schools where farmers received basic self-reliance and digital literacy training. We built 2 model farms that introduced high-value crop production, and we initiated talks with a microloan company called Cropital. All this set the stage for phenomenal growth this year.
Everything we tell you from this point on, we have all accomplished
This year. We'll begin by showing you our 12 major outcomes, starting with our innovative agricultural farming processes that have reduced 68 tons of carbon emissions and reduced water usage by 30%. We've established 30 farm schools, 28 this year, with 313 farmers that have already graduated and 3,220 farmers currently signed up.
We've empowered 1,659 women to now control their financial stability. More than 970 youth are now fully engaged in our farm school program.
Through Rise Up, many indigenous people with limited working options are now empowered to control their own destiny and peacefully cultivate their farmlands. We have established farm schools in a former communist-controlled area with the world's longest communist revolution, directly influencing peace and security that was formerly thought to be impossible. We are doing this through agricultural entrepreneurship. Yes, Rise Up is influencing peace and security that saves lives, turning arms to farms.
Rise Up is now an official agri-tech corporation in the Philippines. Farmers have increased their income from the original $71 to now an average of $520 per month.
We saved the farmers $60,000 on interest costs through microloans. And as a result of the Farm School program, 12 cooperatives have been created, completely controlled by the farmers.
We officially launched our app, allowing our farmers to directly sell their products, business to business and business to consumers.
With Rise Up success in the Philippines, we have expanded Rise Up to Cambodia, where we have started working with 76 farmers.
We'll now take you on a journey of how we did all this year, starting with how we consolidated solutions to many complex problems into a simple farm school program.
Our farm school runs for 3 months. Farmers attend classes held at their local Rise Up Farm School, where they learn principles of self-reliance, entrepreneurship, and advanced farming production, such as efficient irrigation, diversifying crops, and cooperative farming.
By leveraging partnerships, we fund the entire farm school program with sponsorship by the Upward Bound Business School and grant funding from the government, amounting to $175,000 of additional revenue this year.
We created operational procedures to simplify the replication process of the farm school, focusing on the core revenue generating activities. The curriculum has been translated into 4 languages, accelerating our expansion into 28 new locations this year.
Behind all of these amazing numbers and accomplishments are real people. Through the stories of Rise Up farmers, we will show you their journey through the farm school and beyond, empowering them as entrepreneurs.
One farmer, Mr. David, who has been farming for more than 40 years, said of the Rise Up program, "No organization has ever produced such excitement within us to change our vision in farming than Rise Up." Initially, we did not believe these young people would help us improve our livelihood. We have been in the industry for decades, even before these kids were born. But as we discovered their sincerity and commitment, we feel this is unique. This is more than a business. We are a community. We are a family.
Meet Lily and her husband Federico. For over 30 years, they relied on rice farming as their only source of income. Due to their lack of financial knowledge, they became victims to the market monopoly of the middleman system.
They borrowed money from the middleman to buy seeds, fertilizers, and tools at 15 to 20% monthly interest rates. At harvest, she felt compelled to sell 95% of her products to the same middleman.
This problem was beyond the family's ability to combat. But after Lily and her husband graduated from the farm school in August 2018, they have increased their income from $80 to $500 a month, a 500% increase.
They now plant a variety of high-value crops, providing much-needed vegetables for her family and the market. She also started her own business, a bakery, which has been her dream for a long time.
Lily's story is just one of the many examples of Filipino farmers that have created their businesses because of their training at Rise Up. Another farmer, Christy, started her own apparel business, sewing and selling clothes. Another group of our women farmers started their own chili paste business.
In total, due to the benefits of Rise Up principle, this year, 55 non-farming businesses have been created by Rise Up farmers, creating over 260 jobs.
313 farmers have already graduated from the farm school up to this April. We currently have 3,220 farmers completing the program by July and December of this year.
To further their economic empowerment, we partnered with Capital and negotiated farmers' access to microloans at only 2% monthly interest rates. Farmers such as Lily can now grow their businesses with less expensive interest.
Even with access to microloans, we wanted to make sure there was a platform for the farmers once they graduated from the farm school. This year, we created the next step for the graduating farmers by establishing the Rise Up Co-op.
The Rise Up Farmers Co-ops are now completely run by the farmers. Their co-op is an association of smallholder farmers who have banded together to increase their economic power and to meet greater market demands.
As a co-op, farmers are empowered to rise above the traditional middleman system by being able to set their own prices for their farm products, make their own farming decisions together, and keep their profits.
David graduated this year as a member of one of our co-op. He is a single father providing for his family. Without direct access to the market, he is dependent on the middlemen to buy his rice for less than the fair market price, making it hard to provide for his family.
This year, with the new co-op model, David has gone from selling his rice for 28 cents per kilo to 46 cents. That's a 64% increase. And through the co-op, he now has both medical and crop insurance.
With the farmers' co-ops, this year, we created a two-fold solution addressing the problem with aging farmers. First, we empowered the co-op to mentor young people. Second, enable the youth to be part of our farm school.
Rise Up farmers saw the need to help young people in their villages who wish to study agriculture. Now, the co-ops allocate profits for a college agricultural scholarship program for the youth. And this year, 17 young people received scholarships, raising a new generation of farmers.
Meet Joy. After graduating from the farm school this year, she started a 4-H club, a youth agricultural organization. Now there are 25 youth in her club inspired to be agriculturists.
Additionally, we wrote a bill with the former president of the Philippines, now Speaker of the House, that has already passed committee. This new bill will require all high schools to offer social entrepreneurship education to over 4 million high school-aged youth across the Philippines.
After proving the farmers co-op and farm school, the government requested us to go to Davao City and partnered with the agriculture chairwoman, the city mayor, and the current president of the Philippines, setting action plans, developing their city's agriculture.
For 50 years, Baguio district of Davao City, a land with rich natural resources, has been unreachable by government because of communist insurgency. Indigenous tribes have commonly been victims of plunder and harassment by insurgents.
We partnered with a government agency called Peace 911. Rise Up is now the active vehicle for delivering the peace initiative to these groups, using our farm school program as the first social enterprise to ever enter these former communist areas.
We facilitated the development of a long-term peace plan using agricultural entrepreneurship that enable former rebels and indigenous people to create business opportunities and jobs, allowing them to coexist peacefully.
We celebrated this event at a lunch prepared by the Army, the first time in recent history where 250 people from indigenous tribes, rebel groups, and the Army have dined peacefully together. This marks the beginning of the peaceful assimilation of former communist rebels into society and the rise of indigenous tribes.
We signed an agreement with the Davao government establishing the first 7 Rise Up Farm School, where the first 128 farmers graduated last month. Since February, we've helped the Davao farmers form 10 co-ops, and we are currently opening 22 more farm schools, teaching and graduating over 2,800 farmers in Davao.
Now, let's talk about the mobile app.
You can directly order through the app, and because there is no middleman, farmers' income increased 30 to 40%. It is very important for farmers to directly connect with their consumers. Through the system, they are earning more daily.
This year, we redeveloped our app, improving it as an online marketplace where farmers and consumers can connect directly, simplifying the food logistics.
Our app shortens the supply chain of food from 7 steps to now only 2. Farmers then make a lot more profit. Over 500 people have now downloaded the app, generating sales every month.
With our farm school and co-op models complete and processes refined in the Philippines, we have begun international expansion. We've taken Rise Up to Cambodia.
This year, Cambodia Jobs Foundation has invited us to replicate the Rise Up model in Cambodia. We are working with 76 farmers from 4 different communities. Similar to the Philippines, we conducted a needs assessment to analyze the market, the economy, and the issues that farmers faced.
We found that 75% were women. We identified the issues they face, were similar to the Philippines, yet very different, including the difficulty to access water.
We are addressing this by opening our first Rise Up Farm School in Cambodia, which opens the way for new farmers co-ops, giving them economic power to build their own irrigation systems.
In March 2019, Eli and I met with village president Om Sareth, who invited us to replicate this model to other villages.
We created a Cambodian solution for the Cambodian problem. The Rise Up model is being proven to change lives around the world.
A model which began with a simple self-reliance training has now evolved into 30 farm schools, which led to the formation of the Rise Up Farmers Cooperatives and the use of the mobile app. And through this, judges, the farmers are training the youth. Rise Up is now a self-sustaining agricultural ecosystem.
In the past, we mixed up household and farming expenses. Right now, Rise Up bridged that problem. Through the initiative done by Rise Up CEO Elvin Jerome Lacera, he connected with Mr. Steve Gibson from the Upward Bound Business School to make tailor-made lessons for the farmers. And right now, I felt that they are empowered. They are very happy to see that there is hope.
In conclusion, through the co-op system, farmer graduates have developed a mentorship program, including a college agricultural scholarship for the youth.
With access to microloans with only 2% interest rates, we have saved the farmers $60,000 in interest.
Farmers' income have grown from $71 to now an average of $520 a month, lifting 2,100 people above poverty.
Rise Up is self-sustainable. We receive farmer membership fees for the app. The Filipino government also pays us $240 for every farmer who graduates from the farm school, bringing in a total of $75,000 this year, with expected revenue of $700,000 by year's end.
With 30 farm schools and 12 farmers co-ops established, the Philippine government has reported to us that because of the involvement of Rise Up, the land value and the economic outcome in 30 areas has increased nearly 5 times, from $6 million to $32.9 million.
From our humble beginnings, we have revived the agriculture industry in the Philippines. Now, Rise Up has been recognized around the world.
The Hawaii State Senate hereby honors and congratulates Rise Up Farmers, Inc. Mahalo for your dedication to creating sustainable farm systems by assisting our farmers in countless ways.
We have expanded to 28 new locations this year, directly impacting 3,321 farmers. And after only 2.5 years, we are just getting started.
We are BYU Hawaii Enactus.
Thank you, Brigham Young University, Hawaii. Judges, you may now begin the question and answer period.
You may have mentioned it and I missed it, but you said it at the beginning, the impact that it had on the middlemen and that they were positively impacted as well. I'd just like to hear a little bit more about that.
In the traditional middleman system, the middleman held the largest piece of a smaller agricultural pie. So in this scenario, the farmers weren't making any money, making it a very unattractive profession for the next generation. So the farmers are now losing, and then soon the middlemen will lose as well, which makes it a win-to-lose situation.
Rise Up is a disruptive social innovator. We did a needs assessment with 61 middlemen, and we both agreed that they will get their products directly from only one source, the Rise Up Farmers Co-op, instead of going and dealing with many small farmers. By this, we are creating a larger agricultural pie where everyone wins. They agreed, the 61 of them. No one is to blame in this challenge because we are all part of the solution.
You mentioned that the microloaners are at 2% right now. How do you keep them there?
We are working with a social enterprise like us. They are also millennials like us. 2% monthly interest rate, and the most important thing, without collateral. This is a crowdsourced organization that is working to help with us, and they are able to do that because after our farmers are eligible to get the microloans after they graduate from our farm school because of the self-reliance and financial management training they have.
To really help you understand why RiseUp is so incredibly successful and we have such amazing outcomes is because of these interest loans. Farmers have been able to borrow money for 2% interest instead of 15 to 20%, and that alone has completely changed their life forever. Another thing is, because of the co-ops, farmers are able to now better control their destiny. They can control the price that they set for the rice and for their various products. They have both medical and crop insurance, which they didn't have before. And they have access to technology that they can buy through the co-op system. Not only that, but our local and national partnerships with the Philippine government. Elvin, in fact, just met with the president of the Philippines last month. And the president asked Elvin to replicate RiseUp into 40 other provinces in the Philippines. And it's because of these things that RiseUp is so successful.
What impact has RiseUp had on the price of rice to the consumer?
Now, the price of rice in rural areas is down by 30%. We have a big agricultural rice crisis in the Philippines, but because of our strong relationship with the National Food Authority, which controls the rice, and also collecting the rice in one for the co-ops, we're able to help rural people, poor people, to have access to affordable rice.
And rice production through RiseUp farmers is only going to get better because through the co-ops, they now invest in better machinery and technology. For example, last month we met with Phil Rice, another farming research organization, and they've agreed to allow our farmers first access to using drones to plant rice fields. So for 1 hectare, instead of 8 hours for planting seeds and fertilizer, it can now take them 20 minutes.
Could you please elaborate on who runs the farm schools? Is that you, or do you have a partner, and what role are you taking in that?
The farm school is run by our staff in the Philippines. I don't want to brag, but I am the CEO of RiseUp Farmers. I started...
True.
When I arrived in America, I only have $1.68, but now after 3 years, I lead a company with $700,000.
Thanks to the Enactus program. This is only possible through Enactus. Thank you.
And make no mistake, we do currently have 88 partners, both in Cambodia and in the Philippines. But Elvin is the CEO and the founder. He is leading this project. And together with 40 Enactus students in Hawaii and 10 full-time employees in the Philippines, we run the farm school and other projects that we have throughout RiseUp.
And for the farm school, we designed all the programs with help from the Upward Bound Business School to help us set the standards so that it's in line with Filipino government standards also for teaching farming, which is why our school is now accredited in the Philippines, which is why they also pay us $240 per farmer.
And this means a lot to us. I'm tired of being poor, and our people are tired of being poor. So this is creating an innovative solution to them.
I come from Cambodia. Seeing the success that RiseUp has created in the lives of the Philippine farmers, Cambodian Jobs Foundation has contacted us to replicate the same model.
The question and answer time has expired. Judges, please join me in thanking the Enactus team from Brigham Young University, Hawaii. Judges, this concludes the final round of competition. Please use the yellow cumulative evaluation form to tabulate your total evaluation of each individual Enactus team and to rank the final 4 teams in order from first to fourth. Additional time will be provided should you still need to finish your written comments on the green individual team evaluation forms. To expedite the scoring process, we ask you to please first complete your yellow cumulative evaluation form with your final ranking. Please remember that you must rank each team and that no ties are allowed. You must assign a separate rank to each team, with 1 being the highest rank and 4 being the lowest rank. Once you have finished scoring, please turn in your scoring sheets to Bernie Milano from KPMG, our official scorer. As a reminder, the judges are asked to please remain in the judging area until the competition results have been verified, after which the Enactus staff will collect your green individual team evaluation forms.